con los rompe discoteca.
Tú quieres duro. 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 Hoy te demostramos que somos los nuevos jefes del underground. Quieres duro.
Dale duro y dale más duro.
It is high, it is far, it is gone.
Los verdaderos. Vamos pa' la calle.
Mi
Mixing live
gente,
straight from
what's
New York
good?
City.
How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to another episode of Don Yankee con el Body, brought to you by NYYNEWS. I am Roberto Ruiz, aka Don Sicario, once again here to talk some Yankees. If you have some spare time, come vibe with the kid and let's discuss the latest so far. We have a few things to talk about. Yankees Twitter, Yankee fans in general are a little bit upset. I don't blame them. Because so far, this team, we lost the series against the Toronto Blue Jays. We split the series with the Minnesota Twins. There's been some mismanagement type moves with Aaron Boone, and we can sit here and complain about them, but I'm not going to sit here and blame Aaron Boone for the way this team is playing. Aaron Boone gets what he gets, and he works with what he has. These players need to play better. They need to perform better.
Son.
But let's pump the brakes real quick before we even get into any of that. I want to give a shout out to Big Mac Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Big Mac, gravy, sauce on the potatoes, Guerrero Jr. wants to talk so much. Like it seems like every interview I see of this guy, he's talking about the New York Yankees. His latest interview, he's talking about how he would never play for the Yankees. And it's a personal thing going back with his family. Ay, mira. Who said we were going to go? Who said the Yankees were going to go try and trade for you or sign you when you become a free agent? Relax. From my understanding, from what I've been hearing is, and this is the only thing people could really think of, is years ago, his father, Guerrero Sr., had a deal in place to become a New York Yankee. Apparently, George Steinbrenner went over everybody and canceled that and signed Sheffield, an older Sheffield, which we all know how that ended up. We all know how Guerrero Sr., how he ended up in Anaheim. We know how Sheffield's career in the New York Yankees ended. It was a dumb move, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. What's done is done. I want to know if that's because from what everybody's saying is, and from what I'm hearing, and, you know, I can see how they would be upset by that. You know, you feel like you're excited. You think you're going to go play for New York, and they have the contract set, and boom, last second, it falls apart. So maybe they had hard feelings about that. Maybe they still butthurt about that. But come on now, because I seen a quote from his father talking about he should not have said any of that. He shouldn't be talking like this because you don't know if the Yankees are the next team to be writing that big check for you. So, words of encouragement from his pops, basically like, mira pendejo, keep your mouth shut and be professional, basically, because this is all about business at the end of the day. But Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Big Mac Vladdy, he's a kid still. So he's a great athlete. Don't get me wrong, because I'm going to give him a little bit of props because what he's doing is actually working. He's getting under everybody's skin. He's forcing a rivalry between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. And I tell you what, people could say, oh, we don't think about you guys. It's nothing, rent free and all that. It's working. Because I hate these guys. I'm seeing a lot of fans spending a lot of time talking about these Blue Jays. The Yankees are starting to feel it. And he's been showing out every time he plays in Yankee Stadium. So, whatever he's doing is working. But you know what would be funny, though? What would be hysterical is when he's getting presented in the press conference and he's finally putting on that New York Yankees jersey and he has to talk to everybody about becoming a Yankee. That would be hilarious though. It's not going to happen, but can you imagine though? I always wanted to be on this team. Anyways. But enough of that. The New York Yankees dropped the series. They finally lost their first series against the Toronto Blue Jays. And it was an ugly series. It was an ugly series. The offense was flat out dead. Our pitching, not our bullpen. Our bullpen has actually been pretty good. Our rotation has been slim. And obviously we were expecting this anyway. We're missing Sevy. We're missing Rodon. Of course, we're missing Montas. The only two legit arms we still have in this rotation is, of course, the ace, Garrico, and the other ace, Nasty Nestor Cortez. I wish, like how I've been preaching the whole entire time, in the offseason, that the Yankees should have went and acquired another starter because I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. Carlos Rodon is out. Severino's out. Injuries happen. And then we didn't have much pitching depth because we traded them away for Montas. We could have used those arms. Who's to say they would have performed well with us? Whatever the case is. I'm sick and tired of Brian Cashman, but we're going to get into Cashman a little bit later. We lost the series. It is what it is. We're moving on to the next series against the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins gave us a fight. Of course, we're not healthy. We're not fully healthy. Our rotation is not fully healthy, and so the pitchers that we do have in their place, Clark Schmidt, Domingo Germán, and Brito, I mean, they've been okay, but they are what they are. So my main concern right now is with the lineup, because right now we're missing Giancarlo Stanton and we're missing Harrison Bader, aka Lord Bader. We're missing these two key guys, but my concern is, let's say they return. We have Stan back in the lineup and we have Bader back in the lineup. How much of a boost are they going to give this team? Giancarlo Stanton's going to need some time to get ramped up. Bader's a great player, great defensive player. Is he going to come back just swinging a hot bat like how he did during the playoffs? We don't know. We still playing. I remember tweeting a long time ago, before the season even started, the Yankees need to bring in at least two more elite bats if they're going to consider playing the Baby Bombers. We have Peraza, we have Volpe, and we have Cabrera up in there. Franchi and all of these guys, I'm not even going to count them. Josh Donaldson is out. He's had a setback, and I'm going to make one thing clear. I do not mind, and I'm not one to sit here and laugh at injuries and whatnot and get happy about it. But in a way, I am a little bit happy because, number one, you're going to give Peraza a chance. He's going to get a real chance to play every day. And he's going to do it at third base. I don't know if, the way Booney and Bubbles, they like to switch things around. I don't know if they're going to do that, but so far he's been playing third. He did play second. So at least he's going to get a real chance to play. These kids need time to ramp up. Their defense is immaculate. I mean, if you see them on the base paths, they can run. They can run, they can steal, they can play good defense, but the bats need to catch up. We've discussed this already. So if we were going to have the Baby Bombers, we should have added some better bats, not depending on Hicks, not depending on Willie Calhoun, Franchi Cordero. I like these guys. I feel, but this is not a championship caliber team. You can't go in there. These injuries are going to come, and you're scrapping all these leftovers that are they're not trying to get into anything serious. I get it because of the attacks. We're at, 290 something million. My problem is everybody's like, well, Hal Steinbrenner should let Cashman spend more money. No, how about Hal Steinbrenner should fucking not let Cashman do anything. Cashman shouldn't even be here. How much more money do you need? Look at the Tampa Bay Rays, how they right now, they're like 20-3 or something like that. They're killing the league right now. Dude, what's their payroll situation looking like? I get it. Us Yankee fans are spoiled. We want to spend money. We want the shiniest toys. But at some point, we need to start standing up and coming together as fans. And because we're always divided. There's the only moments that the Yankees Twitter is not divided. You rarely see that. Maybe when Arson Judge was announced to the San Francisco Giants, we all got scared at the same time. Those who saw the tweets, but Brian Cashman, man, for the amount of money he's been given throughout the years. I mean, we don't have a championship yet, and we've had some shitty contracts. We've taken on some bad contracts. Right now, the deal we made for Montas is looking even more terrible as it, like, a lot of these pitchers that we got back, you know, during the Montas trade and during the deadline and whatnot, all of these players are in the injured list. Almost all of them are injured. So at some point, when are we gonna stand up and say, all right, enough is enough? Oh, if you bash Brian Cashman and if you bash Aaron Boone, you're not a real fan. Oh, please. Well, since when? I've seen the same people, and obviously I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to be tweeting about it. I've seen the same people sit there saying that fans shouldn't complain because it makes them fake fans, etc. I've seen those same individuals throughout the season when the Yankees are struggling or when we got the early exit. I see the same people there complaining and bashing. I mean, bashing this team. Making videos about it, talking about Cashman, you know, throwing him under the bus, all of this nonsense. I feel like it's like high school. Twitter's like high school. You have the cliques. You have a whole bunch of different cliques. And they go through this phase where they want to... It's still early. It's April. My God, you guys are ridiculous. They do this hoping, gambling, that the Yankees pull through, make it all the way, and win the whole thing. So they could sit back and say, there was never a doubt. See, look how ridiculous, you know, so they could sit there and talk shit about all the other fans that were in panic mode. Guess what? Every year it's the same thing, and we're all in the same boat towards the end of the season. So it's okay to bash the organization. What the hell? What if we didn't bash this organization? If we didn't say anything, we would not care. This fan base cares a lot. That's why we sit there. We analyze everything. We're paying attention to everything that this brass is doing. So, of course, we're going to complain when it's time to complain. Because how long we've been talking about this roster construction? That's terrible. It's terrible. I mean, we have guys playing all over the place. We got guys playing. The team is starting to fill up with a bunch of utility players. That's the future I think that Cashman wants. He wants the future to be a bunch of players that can play everywhere. Cool, I get it. But right now is not the time for that. Our window this is the window right now. We have Garrett Cole, who's having an amazing year. We just signed Aaron Judge. We got Stan. Like, we got these older guys that this is their window right now. So Brian Cashman should have done something during the offseason. There were so many rumors. Oh, the big move. My past videos, you've heard it. We were talking about it. I was wrong. I thought they were going to make a move during spring training. None of that happened. But it is what it is. The rumors are starting to heat up. We're going to get into that in a bit. But this roster, Stan's out. I don't know when the hell Stan's coming back. May or June, something like that. Hicks is in the lineup today to start game 1 against the Minnesota Twins. He was there yesterday. My guy Hicks with 2 outs bunted. What was it, the 8th inning? He bunted and got out. Like, I don't understand why they continue. They're paying Aaron Hicks, what, $10 million a year? I don't understand how you don't cut him. Why do they keep playing him? And I bet you if Donaldson was healthy and was playing and was struggling, he would still be playing too. This brass... And I thought they were going to bring in these other guys, Manaya and Simeon or whatever. And I feel like there hasn't been a difference. There hasn't been a change. I remember a quote. I'm not sure if it was Simeon or one of them was saying that, you know, for right now, they're just going to be observing. They're not really going to do much. They're just going to kind of sit back and observe to see how this organization rolls. Maybe, hopefully, by the deadline, they've seen enough, and they can start helping Brian Cashman make some kind of moves. I don't know. At this point, it seems shaky. But the deadline's coming up. We always reach this state in the season where the Yankees struggle, injuries happen. Yankee fans are speculating on who we're going to bring in during the deadline. Everybody's talking about this guy, that guy. We're begging for the Yankees organization to do something. This is crazy, right? The definition of insanity is continue to do the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome or something like that. I feel like that's what's happening. This simulation is weird. This simulation is getting out of control. What is happening? And they just gave Brian Cashman, what was it, 4 years? Another 4 years? I don't know. Fans are mad. And I don't blame them. I used to defend this brass a lot. I used to defend Brian Cashman a lot. I mean, I was a huge Gary Sanchez fan. I used to defend that meatball all the time. Like, I used to be a Yankee apologist. I'm not doing that anymore. After the 2020 season, yeah, I'm over it. We got to be real. Just like how all the fans used to tell me, you need to be realistic. Okay, let's be realistic now. Speaking about being realistic, let's get into some trade rumors that are already starting to pop up. One of the, if not the greatest athlete right now in the game, Shohei Ohtani. The Angels came into Yankee Stadium and in the shop, they had Shohei Ohtani jerseys. Like, there was this whole, you know how the media was all over it. A few quotes of Shohei Ohtani on his experience in Yankee Stadium, how he loves it there, the fans are passionate, such a great culture, la 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 la. A bunch of headlines. Ooh, are the Yankees trying to butter up Ohtani, or is Ohtani trying to tell us something? The Ohtani to the Yankee rumors are going to be disgusting. They're going to be so annoying. I spoke about before that when Harold Reynolds spoke about Aaron Judge being traded to the Angels, I was wondering what was the return. I did a video on this. Was it Ohtani? Was it Trout? A lot of us were speculating it was Ohtani because Ohtani was going to be a free agent. Aaron Judge was going to, Ohtani still has some time, but Aaron Judge was going to be a free agent. This was during the time when the negotiations for the contract fell apart. I spoke to somebody that was saying that they heard from people that they know through the Mariners that Brian Cashman was taking calls for Aaron Judge.
Damn, son.
So if Harold Reynolds goes on TV during the broadcast and says, from my understanding, Judge to the Angels was a done deal. And it makes sense because why else would Aaron Judge be beefing with Brian Cashman the way they were? To the point where Hal Steinbrenner had to take over the negotiations. Something's funny there. Something's funny there. I don't care what y'all say. Something's weird there. I bet you Ohtani or Trout, one of those two were coming back to New York. But it is what it is. It fell apart. None of that happened. C'est la vie. It never happened, right? Let's act like it never happened. Last season and the season before, there's word that the Yankees put together packages to try to acquire Shohei Ohtani. I would love Shohei Ohtani on the New York Yankees. But let's be honest with ourselves right now. Every time the check marks and the media, everybody starts talking about certain players being traded or signed during free agency, they're always connecting the Yankees to them to build up the asking price. They use us as bait, and it never happens. Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Corbin, the pitcher that's in Washington, Ohtani before he signed with the Angels. We could sit here and go through a bunch of them. Correa, Seager. There's so many players that have been connected to the New York Yankees, and they saying, yeah, they're doing their due diligence. They're kicking the damn tires. And when that player goes elsewhere, word comes out, the Yankees were never interested. So every time those rumors would come out, I would get super hyped. I'd tweet about it. I would talk about it during videos and whatnot. And people would say, I'll believe it when I see it. So guess what? I'm going to roll with the same phrase. Like, I'll believe it when I see it. They did try to acquire him last trade deadline, but the Angels didn't do it, right? Because Artie Moreno was going to sell the team. We didn't know what was going to happen. He eventually did not sell the team. He's keeping the team. So let's see what happens. If the Angels are out of it, Ohtani's being traded. That's not what I'm talking. My issue is not that I'm not saying he's not going to be traded. He's going to be traded. My thing is, I don't believe it's going to be to the Yankees. Is it a possibility? Sure. Anything's possible in baseball, but I don't see it happening. If it happens, wow, cool. We're going for it. Amazing. Everybody's excited. But I think at this point, we have more needs. Of course, you can make room for Ohtani. Anybody could. Ohtani's the type of player where you maneuver that roster whichever way you can just to fit him in there. But we already have a permanent DH. Stanton's out with an injury. He was playing the field a bit. He's a permanent DH. What's going to happen are they going to alternate? Maybe Stanton plays more of the outfield and Ohtani DHs, and we can use him in the rotation. We could use his lefty bat in Yankee Stadium, of course. But right now, we have issues in the outfield. We're having issues in the infield. We don't know who's going to play where. We have a lot of rookies right now. I just don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if Hal Steinbrenner is going to be like his father and see, dollar signs when he sees Ohtani. Because anybody that gets Ohtani is going to they're going to get that money back. Let's say he gets 11 years, $600 million. They're going to get that back with jersey sales, TV deals, like this streaming deals and all that. You're going to get that money back because this guy's going to sell out. He's going to fill up your stadium. He's going to sell out jerseys. Like wherever he goes, he's going to make you money, especially in Japan. A lot of the fans over there are going to be they're going to be trying to watch the games in whichever side he goes to, New York, California, wherever the hell the case is. Those fans they're going to attract all of those fans. So it's a smart deal. Business-wise, it's a smart deal. The way this roster is constructed, it's all over the place. Matter of fact, shoot, he might do it. Cashman and Hal might do it because this roster's so all over the place. They might prioritize bringing him in and not focus on all the other needs. But I don't see it. With all that money they can give Ohtani, I feel like they can put that elsewhere. It is what it is. If it happens, cool. We're going to sit here and celebrate. Until then, I'm not going to believe any of that. I won't believe it. Let's get into some of the pitching. Mad Bum was released from the Diamondbacks, and he's owed a lot of money. A lot of fans I've seen were like, see, they can do it with him. Why can't they release Hicks? But anyway, that's another story. Should the Yankees take a flyer on Madison Bumgarner, a veteran pitcher who has not been playing well? His ERA is over 10. In 4 games, I think he has like 16 innings pitched. His numbers are not good. What I want to know is, will Matt Blake be able to help him, fix him? He's a lefty. He's a veteran. He was a great pitcher at one point for San Francisco. He's won 2 or 3 World Series with that organization, and he was one of the aces with them. Would Matt Blake? I want to know if they're doing their due diligence right now and meeting up in that war room just to discuss if they would take a flyer on him. Because I tell you what, I'd rather see him in there than Clark Schmidt or Domingo Germán or Brito. I know they've been good, but at the same time, what if they could fix Mad Bum. That guy he's a great pitcher once upon a time. We can have him just to go through the road, go through the lineup at least once or twice. See what we can do. See, because my thing is, what if the Astros get him? Or what if one of these contenders get him and they fix him and he becomes an ace for them? Or at least a number 2 starter for them. Then we're all looking back like, damn, Yankees should have done this. Cashman should have done that. Who knows? You know, we can use a veteran pitcher to eat up innings, and it's going to be for the minimum. The Diamondbacks are eating all of that money. It's like 30 mil, something like that, a year. So this payroll, man, they trying to stay on the... Here's my issue right now with this Yankees organization and with Brian Cashman. We are at the max. We're at $290-something million. If you ask fans right now, does this feel like a payroll of over $290 million? It doesn't. There's so many holes. There's so many holes everywhere. If Steinbrenner doesn't, because I don't blame him either. Not wanting Cashman to go over, because he's like, damn, bro, how much money I've been giving you so much money. Like, what you doing with all that money? Like, what you doing with my money, son? Like, I'm paying you and I'm giving you enough money. I'm giving you a leash. Like, you need to figure it out. If you were to bring in a young GM, just the same way they did with Matt Blake, they brought in this young kid that made this young guy, and he's been very good with the Yankees pitchers. You bring in a young GM and you give him a $290 million plus payroll, I guarantee you that kid's gonna cook up something way better than what Brian Cashman has been bringing out. Cashman ain't going anywhere. We can sit here and complain and stomp our feet and cause a tantrum, but this guy ain't going nowhere, and that sucks. Because right now, at this point, what has he really done besides all of these low-key, like his low-key moves work out? Because guess what? He's not giving nothing up for them. But every time he makes these big moves where he has to trade, like, valuable players, he doesn't go for it because he's too scared. Or when he does give up the certain players, the deal falls apart, just like the Montas deal. The Josh Donaldson and IKF deal. Like, there's a lot of moves that they've been making right now. The past few trades that Brian Cashman has made have all failed. They're all on the IL. I mean, it's weird, man. I don't understand how fans sit there and protect Brian Cashman and back him up, and they want to fry us like if we're not all watching the same damn product on the field. Aaron Hicks is still on this team. I don't understand. This guy got like his average right now. In 28 games, he has 3 hits, 0 home runs, 0 steals, I think. I'm not sure. His average is a .107. That's wild. And he's still on this team, yo. Franchi's come back down to earth. Willie Calhoun's back down to earth. They got Cole Calhoun in the minors. He'll probably get called up. I don't know. This Yankees organization needs to figure something out. Brian Cashman needs to figure it out. Because we can't keep doing this every damn year. Well, they shop, they bargain bin, they go for players returning from injuries. Every year we have somebody in the rotation injured, and at least two or three people, position players on the lineup hurt. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead, search. Do your due diligence. Go check out the past few years. It's been every year, and I know teams get injuries, but it seems like the Yankees get the most injuries. Like it's like they're always hurt. They've replaced the fitness crew. Whoever, I forgot his name, Cressy, right? To the conditioning crew and all of them. They replaced everybody. And yet these guys still get hurt. Oh, they need to replace them. No, this is the problem that y'all not getting. It's not them. It's not Cressy and his program. It's not Matt Blake and all. It's the players. Brian Cashman keeps bringing on players that have history of injuries, are returning from a big injury, or have lingering injuries, and they're just known for injuries. Bader was injured. Montas was injured. I mean, let's go back a few years to our starters. When we got what's his face from the Mariners, Big Maple, he had injury issues. Stan had injury issues. Donaldson had injury issues. Like everybody, I don't understand. It's not the conditioning coaches or any of that. It's the players that we're getting. We're getting players that have a history of being injured. I don't understand how you're not getting that. Y'all want to blame everybody. They want to blame everybody but the players and Brian Cashman. I get these players have to perform. They have to do their parts. But how about Brian Cashman actually go for the elite? Give up some. Give some up. Give something up. Bring on some top players, you know, like we would complain less if the Yankees organization would actually go for it and bring on some top talent. And if we get eliminated, cool. At least they went for it. I've said this before. You think Padres fans, when they get eliminated, they hurt, but they're not that hurt. You got the fans are going to be more upset when they get eliminated. You see, this is why you should have went after this guy. This is why you should have went after that guy. Not so-and-so who's returning from an injury or is a mid-tier, not even. It is what it is. It is what it is. This wasn't going to be really a good episode. Everybody's upset right now. But quick little side note. I want to talk about, I didn't get to speak on it before, the Domingo Germán situation with his glove and his hand and the sticky stuff, right? It was rosin. So then they let it go. He got away. He got to pitch. Nothing illegal. Max Scherzer had the same situation, somewhat the same. He was suspended for 10 days because they said his hands were so sticky that when they touched him, when the ump touched his fingers, their fingers got stuck together. He got suspended for that 10 days. And I believe Scherzer when he said it was just rosin. David Cohn did this kind of like an experiment and showed everyone what happens when you use rosin and then you wash your hands with alcohol and then put rosin on. Like, it's still sticky as hell. So he kind of proved Scherzer right on that deal. So my thing is, this Manfred is ruining baseball in so many different ways. I mean, which one should we choose to talk about, right? Like, but the umps right now are dealing with so much. They're checking people's hands. They're checking the pitch clock. They're checking the shift. There's so much right now that these umps cannot keep up with. If we're gonna bring the robot umps, cool. They're gonna still have an ump there to kind of take care of all the, it's not going to just be the balls and strikes, right? So they're going to have to bring this, they're going to need to fix something or get these umpires to get different kind of training because they make it all about themselves. They think fans are there to watch them. And since they have the union, they don't care. They do whatever the hell they want. Another L for Manfred, I'll tell you that. But anyways, right now there's not much. Let's see what happens in this Minnesota series. Hopefully we could get everybody back. Tommy Kahnle's he's with the club. He should be back soon. Rodon had a setback. Sevy should be back first, I think. And we could just sit here and pray. Hope for the best for this Yankee organization.
Damn,
but anyways,
son.
We're gonna cut it here. Let's see how everything goes. And leave a like, subscribe, give us your comments, tell us what you think. Remember, at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Yankee fans, our opinions matter. Don't let none of these cornballs say, "Oh, stop complaining, you're a fake fan." Or if you're one of those cornballs, you know what? Fine, come complain about us complaining. Give your opinion, because at the end of the day, it all matters. We all matter. Without us, they don't exist. So follow me at Don Sicario1 on Twitter. Subscribe to the page, to the YouTube channel at NYYNEWS. Go on Twitter at NYYNEWS. Check out the shop. Treat yourself. Gift yourself. But remember, at the end of the day, make sure you hold it down.
Mixing live straight from New York City.